This is eBay seller iArt, I-A-R-T, and this is Inside Books. This is a very exciting book that might not immediately look like much. It's titled Debs and the Poets, and unless you know who Eugene Debs was, or unless you collect poetry, you might easily overlook it. Eugene Debs lived from 1855 to 1926. Among many other things, he ran for U.S. President 5 times on the Socialist Party of America ticket, once receiving almost 1 million votes. He was, and remains, an icon for the political left. In 1918, Debs was arrested, convicted, and imprisoned for protesting the American involvement in World War I, the very first war to end all wars. So much for freedom of speech. This book is dated 1920, about a year before Debs' sentence was commuted by President Warren G. Harding. Published by Upland Sinclair, authors include James Whitcomb Riley, Max Eastman, Eugene Field, Carl Sandburg, John Cooper Powys, and many others, including Helen Keller. Notes of support came from H.G. Wells and George Bernard Shaw, who wrote, "Clearly, the White House is the only safe place for an honest man like Debs." Knowing a little about history or politics, you might actually be tempted to pick this up. If you did, you'd find something pretty sweet inside. Inside the back cover is a limitations page stating that this is number 120 of 500 copies signed by Eugene Debs. This signed edition was published as a fundraiser for political prisoners. Debs was not the type of person to fundraise for himself, no. Instead, while in prison and in failing health, he still advocated for others in similar situations. Debs' statement to the court upon his conviction began with these words, "Your Honor, years ago I recognized my kinship with all living beings, and I made up my mind that I was not one bit better than the meanest on earth. I said then, and I say now, that while there is a lower class, I am in it, and while there is a criminal element, I am of it, and while there is a soul in prison, I am not free." Unsigned copies of this book can be found in the $30 range. This much rarer signed issue is worth up to 40 times more than that. Don't be in such a rush that you don't save time to open up those books. There might be a treasure inside that other people have missed. I hope you'll check out our offerings on eBay. Our seller name is iArt, I-A-R-T. We have thousands of exciting books for sale and for auction.